filming this because of a frustration again. I went to take a power nap after doing triple basketball stuff, and I decided to use the method for generating ideas that all the smartest people in the world from the 1900s, including Einstein and Bohr, used, I think. They essentially... So they essentially had something in their hands to hold in order to wake them up directly before they entered a sleep state. And when they were waking up, the brainwave produced directly before that they were awoken is a brainwave for that eureka state. And although as using the time, but before the sleep state, which is what woke me up, to as using, I believe it's spleen 10, the acupuncture point, spleen 10, that it's right about here. It's right about here on both knees, so directly above the kneecap, a bit inwards to the leg, and the main fingers to use are thumb, large intestine, and pericardium for it. Though it's useful if you don't have needles. It is still useful if you don't have needles, because this is important to me in shaping. I believe these acupressure points are one of the core foundations to how you can control how you rationalize events. Because, for example, if you use large intestine 11, which is the most pervasively useful for dissolving heat, basically means that if you're really damn angry at something. It basically means if you're really damn angry at something, you can get your system to rationalize how to not be angry at the thing, in my theory. And so, spleen 10 being very useful and one of the most pervasively useful for getting rid of a lot of nervousness, to exaggerate it, gets rid of that. So, in other words, using basic qigong skill to feel the energy of that part, like if I'm shaking right now, the structure to that thought is in my energy system. It's spread throughout my system, and certain other points which I won't be aware of, and this point, just feeling it, just feeling the presence of that aura inside my system. I'm going to feel how that point can be useful for just just rationalizing, getting guidance towards overcoming whatever fear was in my way. And the fear that I was dealing with was one of the worst fears, in fact, the worst fear that you could ever have. And when the energy for that rationalization spread through my leg enough, it was like it came back to the reason why I have one of the most important shirts, which I bought like a week or two ago, that I bought purely out of frustration. And while I don't feel like I'm able to swear on YouTube except perhaps in light language, I never have been doing double basketball or now triple basketball just for the records, just for world records. Like, I would not be progressing triple basketball like I'm progressing triple basketball right now if I was doing it. If I was doing triple basketball for another world record. Nope, I'm probably never going to set, unless a miracle happens, I'm never going to be able to even submit another record, a record setter ever again. That t-shirt, congratulations, world record, you get nothing and your sentence is death. I created that shirt for a reason, but like when the energy spread enough, I got really angry. Like, I should not have. I'll give you the first word of the fear. I'll give you the first word of the fear, but perhaps the first letter of the second word of the fear, right? I should not be afraid of Mass G having world records. Like, I really have gotten nothing. I've gotten nothing for having world records. Do you know how insane it is to even conceive of? Oh, you've achieved these things, but like perhaps you got lucky, although you've genuinely achieved these things out of a tremendous amount of effort that almost nobody would ever have in a lifetime. Billions of people would never have in a lifetime. Like I could have spent like at least 5 years. I don't know how long it is for the average person who has a world record to take to get the world record. I spent about a year and a half getting mine. Just by spontaneously look up what records there were for doing what I've been doing, and I can settle up. I should not. Like, I should have. Like, I got no money because of the drone economy. I get virtually not even really any acknowledgement. Often when I tell a person, I've told a few people on the trains about the underwater headstand record, and if they are absolutely drones, that their faces are still damn stale, and I'm like, yeah. Having 16 world records right now, I should not be afraid. I should not be afraid of Mass G. I should not be I should have gained at least enough resources to get out of the painful situation that I am in, that even made me do the things that had me that had me put as much energy into double basketball, and the other things were just funny. Apart from the underwater hairstand, that was just funny spontaneity. I should have gained enough resources to get out of the painful situation that I was in the first place. That made me so damn addicted to double basketball and now triple basketball, and probably soon quadruple basketball. I'm getting there. I got no money. I know I'm a bit famous, although I'm not even really sure if the fame's for the record. I know that I'm famous to a few people around my area here, because of the records. The BBC's not interested. Guinness, I don't think I'm allowed to submit a record or create an account to Guinness. I think they know. Where I don't think I'm getting a job. I don't think I'm getting a job. I feel blocked from getting a job, although I think that if I go to a job with world record on my CV, it's just gonna. You're too damn qualified, mate. You're too damn flipping qualified. you understand the insanity of this stuff. like went insane getting records in order to, well, look, you get absolutely nothing. you get absolutely nothing for them. You're still pretty much on your own, mate, too, because you can't really rely on really anyone to do anything for you, and you get virtually, well, I haven't got any records for double basketball side flips, although that went down extraordinarily well on YouTube. You're still on your own to figure out everything, and which is extremely difficult, and to even make the records worthwhile in the first place, and you're in your own economy, so that's also really difficult too. Spew over.